Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here in Facebook, where we go looking for news from our city, state, and country to bring to the table, along with your comments, ideas, and suggestions on how to best connect here in Puerto Vallarta with each other and with the city, the best our city has to offer for those of us that live here as English-speaking locals. It is a pleasure to see you today and always. Today, of course, is Tuesday, January 9th. And we're sailing through the first few days of the new year. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. I hope you got some rosca de reyes in the past few days. There are some bakeries that are still making them and selling them. And then there are those people that went out and got too many from Costco, and now they're stuck with bread that is going bad and they don't know what to do with it. And I suppose that can happen. But that's neither here nor there. Today, as always, we have some great news and some interesting news to share with you. But before we do that, I want to welcome everyone, and particularly those of you that are watching live for the first time. If you are, please let us know that you are by writing the word new, and we'll be so very happy to give you a nice little welcome. And if you have something really important to share with the rest of us, it helps a great deal when you add a capital letter Q at the beginning of your comment, so we can go looking for those comments later on. But first, let us take a quick look at the news. This one made me laugh. This is comforting, I suppose. There will be no changes in bus fare prices in all of Jalisco during this year, or until the current presidential term is over. Of course, this made me laugh because here in Puerto Vallarta, this is the time of year in which we forget just how miserable we were just a few months ago, when it was hot and we were sweaty, and more than half the buses, I don't know how many buses, don't have air conditioning working properly. But what do I know? They never got them fixed, and of course, as soon as the temperature increases, we'll be hearing people grumbling about this again. But I am happy that the bus fare is not going to increase. 10 pesos, 12 pesos, 15 pesos may not be a lot for many of us, but for many people living and working here in Puerto Vallarta, an increase on basic things, the bus fare, tortillas, things like that, even a small increase can make a big difference for some residents here in Puerto Vallarta. So this is good to know. Another bit of good news, the path on the new highway from La Cruz de Guanacaxtle to Ixtapa, or what they are calling now Puerto Vallarta's new Libramiento, has been cleared. And now authorities are proceeding to flatten the land, flatten the dirt, and build the 27-kilometer stretch remaining to connect, to connect the highway to our city. and allowing us to reach the airport from La Cruz and Guanacaxtle in only 15 minutes or so, they say. The article also mentions that pillars have been positioned near the Ameca River on both sides of the river for a bridge that will connect the highway. But I am not sure if we are talking about the Federación Bridge that has been in process of being built forever, or a different bridge altogether. What seems to be clear is that when it is completed, this new libramiento will somehow connect with Highway 544. This is the highway that we take to San Sebastián del Oeste and Mascota. And from there, it will turn towards the airport, towards the city, at the big rotary when the welcome letters are located, which sounds actually a little bit ominous if we think about it for a second, because that rotary is a mess and it can be very complicated to navigate when there's a lot of traffic. So it'll be interesting to see how authorities are going to make that work. I know that in past years, an underground tunnel going through that intersection has been discussed. But again, it'll be interesting how the next few weeks really unfold, because when you think about it, the new highway is supposed to be completed. What was the latest? I think it was April or May. So yeah, a few more months. But it'll be interesting how anything or everything related to this highway ends up developing as we approach the completion date. And last but not least, if you've been wondering who are the candidates that will run for mayor here in Puerto Vallarta later on this year, we will remain in limbo until March the 2nd, at least as far as the Morena party's candidate is concerned. The party has announced that they won't disclose their candidate until one day before the deadline. So I am not sure that any of the other parties are going to be in a hurry to disclose their candidates anytime sooner or not. As we've said before, as soon as we know who the actual candidates are going to be, not the pre-candidates, but the candidates, the one candidate that is determined by each one of the political parties, we will try to do a deep dive to try to learn more about who these individuals are and what they bring to the table. But between now and then, we remain in limbo. Now this. What do Agustín Lara, Armando Manzanero, Consuelo Velázquez, José Alfredo Jiménez, and Juan Gabriel have in common? All five are traditional Mexican songwriters, and all five are soulful storytellers. Join me this coming Thursday as we explore their lives and musical legacy, from the timeless lyrics of Lara to the flamboyant creations of Juan Gabriel. We will delve into the profound narratives and enduring emotions woven into their music and celebrate their rich heritage and lasting impact as we discover new interpretations of their most popular songs that have become an integral part of Mexican culture. As always, it's happening at The Joint at 5 p.m. this coming Thursday. See you there. Am I going to drive you crazy with these little self-sponsor things? I will be doing a poll sometime soon just because I don't want to drive you crazy. But if I don't toot my own horn, nobody else will. But first, the weather. Snarky Weatherman says that cloud looks like a hobo huffing paint fumes in an alley. I've never seen a hobo huffing paint fumes anywhere, so I wouldn't know whether this is true or not. But what seems to be true is that it is 23 degrees out there right now. Humidity is at 70%. And our weather forecast seems to indicate that today we will enjoy mostly cloudy skies with a high of 26 and a low of 18. Tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies in the morning with rain in the afternoon, a high of 26 and a low of 18. And then Thursday will be a humid day with overcast skies plus some patches of sun shining through, a high of 26 and a low of 20. There you go. And now I do have a couple of other things that I wanted to tell you about. As I mentioned before, I was quite taken by these very central paintings of boxers that I spotted at Galeria Contempo last week, and knowing that the artist will be having his own reception this coming Friday made me curious about the artist. The good thing is the gallery kindly sent me more information to share with you. The artist's name is Ricardo Sandoval, but he is better known as Akane Sandoval. I hope I'm pronouncing his name properly. It could be Akane or Akane. I don't know, so apologies for that. But the artist hails from Tepic, where he was raised in a family that has been involved in art for several generations. He studied graphic design and photography, and he is now represented by Galeria Contempo, where he will have his very first reception, artist reception, this coming Friday from 6 to 9 p.m. And of course, this is part of the new art walk that is going on at in Colonia Emiliano Zapata every other Friday. So again, this is not only about Galeria Contempo, but about the 22, I think they said, 22 art galleries that are now part of this brand new art walk that takes place in Colonia Emiliano Zapata every 2 weeks, every 2 Fridays. So this should be a lot of fun for those of you that are going to be in the area on Friday evening. And now I want to show you something wonderful, or something that I think is really wonderful, and I'm going to regret that we cannot be in 2 places at the same time. First of all, this is the Agora Jenkins. This is a gorgeous outdoor performance space located within the Santander Performance Arts Center. This is where I go to watch concerts and the opera and so forth and so on in Guadalajara. A beautiful, beautiful performance center, world class. And if you notice, there is a black rectangle that you can clearly see in this photograph over here. And what that is it is used to screen movies and videos and whatnot. And the venue, excuse my throat clearing, the venue has just been upgraded with gorgeous canopies to protect from the sun and the rain, and it will be re-inaugurated in a week and a half. And what are they re-inaugurating it with? Well, there will be a screening of the 1925 Soviet silent drama film Battleship Potemkin, which is considered one of the greatest films of all time. And to provide background music, the Jalisco Philharmonic Orchestra will be there to perform music by Russian composer Dmitri Shostakovich. Do you know how luxurious that is? I mean, to enjoy a silent film outdoors with a whole symphony orchestra performing the music for you. And the most expensive tickets are only 270 pesos. This will be on January 20th at 7:30 p.m. Unfortunately, I have already made plans to go on a getaway trip with some friends on that weekend. But if I could split myself into 2 parts, I would so much enjoy seeing this one-of-a-kind performance in Guadalajara. So if you're going to be in Guadalajara on that weekend, don't miss this. Don't miss this, because it is truly, truly unique. And now let us take a look at what you are thinking about this morning. I saw a bunch of cues go along, so we'll see what that is about. But first, good morning, everyone. Good morning. It is great to see you. And let's see. Claude says, "Tómala for the bad bread hoarders." Well, you know, it's a complicated issue when you think of it, you know, because Costco is a wholesale store. I mean, so if it's a wholesale store, it makes sense that people will buy products in large quantities. So on the one hand, I agree with you, because there were some bread hoarders out there. And this year, more than ever, I've never heard so many news about Rosca de Reyes at this time. And the flip side of it is simply the fact that, if you don't know your business well enough, if you overbuy, then, it's your own mistake. It's nobody else's, really. But it is what it is, and I'm glad that it's over. If anybody's still wanting to get some Rosca de Reyes, Pavlova is still making them this week if you want to check it out. Let's see what else. Oh, we know that to be the case, John. No AC in the bus is just horrible during the summertime. It is absolutely horrible. And I don't know that it'll change this summer. I don't know if promises will be made. I don't know what will happen, but we will remember then that we had this conversation today. Let's see. Snarky Brian. I was trying to fast forward the commercials. Just kidding. I appreciate that. That is funny. Again, we don't allow people to advertise beyond our sponsors. So I don't want to overwhelm you with my own stuff. But if I don't say it, nobody else will. Although I will always be grateful for any word of mouth that any of you do on behalf of Coffee and Headlines or my music appreciation pursuits. I know that we survive with memberships and whatnot, but if I fail to be grateful for those of you that just spread the word about what we are and what we do here, please know that you have all my gratitude. Let's see. You need to toot your own horn. It provides us with the ability to get more educated by all your hard work. Thank you very much, Claude. I love the promo. This would make for a great Facebook post that other businesses may want to share. Love it. Well, I actually share it in Facebook groups where I know that those kinds of shares are welcome. Again, not everybody welcomes promotion. So, I try to play by the rules as much as I can. When will We Are Puerto Vallarta award results be released? I have no idea. But I would suppose that the organizers would be able to answer that for you, Charles. Unfortunately, I don't even remember who the organizers are. I think I am nominated, but I don't want to mention any of that stuff because I just feel weird. That's all I'm going to say. Survey. How do you like your coffee while enjoying Paco's broadcast? Black, cream, and sugar, cream, sugar, or Baileys? Oh, that is so funny. If I had Baileys I would have Baileys on my coffee more frequently if I kept Baileys in the house. But unfortunately, I would drink the Baileys so quickly, it's not even funny. Let's see. Oh, look at all of you posting your different coffee choices. I love it. Unfair. Q, we love Baileys in coffee, but too early to do that. So cappuccino or latte? Well, too early, says you guys are chit-chatting about this. Well, it depends on the day. I mean, if it is a Sunday, if I have nowhere to go, I will have Baileys in my coffee first thing in the morning. Note to self, when you go to San Sebastian in a couple of weeks, bring a bottle of Baileys. Yes. Anyhow, this was Coffee and Headlines for this morning. What's going on today? I am doing a little video. I'm doing a walking tour today, right after the broadcast. And I am getting ready for the music presentation on Thursday, which is going to be a lot of fun for anyone that enjoys Mexican music. And I hope you are going to have as many fun activities today as I will. And I hope you'll come back soon, maybe even tomorrow, when we will share even more headlines, more stories, more interesting information for everybody to benefit from. At least hopefully. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.